And I'm joined now by Abdullah Samhan of Saudi Telecom. Thanks very much for joining me. And Ghanim Al-Falasi of Dubai Silicon Oasis Authority. Firstly, thank you very much for joining us too. Firstly, Abdullah, well, to both of you, give me an understanding about the rising demand of capacity in this region.
Yes, as mentioned to you, actually, the national network, the national network, it is increasing, a big increase actually. The fiber to the home, fiber to the business, the new application and the generation. So all of this one, the demand. And for example, in Saudi Arabia, the internet demand from 14 to 15, it is double, 150%. Double.
Really? 50% a year?
150%.
150% a year. That's extraordinary. So it's more than double every year.
That before the facing actually the growth was less, but from 14 to 15 we found it is very massive. But when we dig on that one, we found deploying the 4G and the people and the more fiber to the national network. This one, which it is increasing, and it is we are monitoring closely in 2016 now, and we see the same almost percentage increase on that one. So, and within 2 or 3 years, I think the growth. I talk about Saudi Arabia, especially, it is increasing. Especially the people, and when you have some connectivity, for example, his fiber, he need high bandwidth, he need high density. So it is not enough just connectivity, he need the quality. So in quality, it is you need to bandwidth and high definition, which eating from the bandwidth.
Right. Okay. Ghanim, is that the same for the UAE? This massive increase in demand. I've lived here for a long time, and it's a very interconnected city, a very interconnected country, rather.
Well, for the country, yes, for sure. It's just similar like other countries here, but again, we are building also smart cities. So the smart city, Dubai or the nation, it is really about how much we can do machine to machine and IoT and other part of the connectivity that is needed and the data that you can generate from that one. You know, by 2021, we will be having the smart city ready by that time for the whole Dubai, and the IoT will be all there available, generating massive data, and you need to pass it somewhere, analyze it, and really take action about that one. So it is an immediate requirement to develop the infrastructure and scale it from now for the future. So there is a huge demand, yes.
And as you say, I mean, that demand is coming from initiatives like smart cities, this massive interconnectivity projects, which certainly Dubai is following up and other cities, Abu Dhabi is following up as well. I mean, that is in itself a massive demand on the systems, is it not?
Exactly. Yeah, and also we are looking also for more of an international integration happening also. So I was just giving to my colleague here the relation between us and between Dubai, UAE and Saudi. We have in the Silicon Oasis, we have Salman Al-Faqih Hospital, a university hospital to be built, and one of the big hospital for Al-Faqih chain in Dubai. And they have their main headquarters in Saudi. So that research and development that's happened between them will require really great bandwidth to transfer these medical and images and all this. So that kind of wider interconnectivity or really extra connectivity is required even for the GCC as a whole. And it's great that we have this kind of consortium relation that is built between UAE and Saudi, developing such needs also.
Very much so, and that clearly seems to be needed. Just in terms of that demand then, it clearly means that more and more cable systems coming into the Gulf, coming into Saudi Arabia and coming into the UAE are required. New systems?
Yes, as mentioned to you, yes, we need a new system. As mentioned to you, it is not just to matching the demand, to protect the demand. To protect demand, you need more diversity system. So you need to change your landing point, your direction, your supplier, your route. So to protect this one, your demand, you need to build more cable and more cable. And here in the region, before if there is cut on the cable, you see a lot of media and newspaper and everyone jump up and they want attacking the operator, what you are doing, what you do. So to relaxing and protect actually the big demand, you need to continue invest on the new cable with a new route, a new direction, and different diverse route.
In the session, the issue of a low oil price was touched on. Clearly that affects Saudi government spending. There have been certain budget cuts in Saudi Arabia. To what extent is this area a priority for the Saudi government, effectively making sure that capacity is there for the future?
Yes, as mentioned to you, I feeling that it is this reduction oil prices opportunity to operator to work. I see, as mentioned to you, because this, first of all, the government need to work efficient. To work efficient, they need connectivity, they want control for their network, their places, their area. So they need connectivity and data gathering and analysis. So one, this point. Other thing, they need new resources of the economy. So new resources is very important. It is to have very strong infrastructure communication. So they can build service which need generate more money and diverse, different than oil and company. They need to think. So
all
I
the
see
medium-sized enterprises.
yeah,
that
so
can
I
get
see it
going
is
off
a
the
very
back of it.
important opportunity for operator, and they are working. And also we support this initiative. As mentioned, Saudi Arabia will initiating or releasing very soon very big plan for transformation and changing and very big in different areas. So sure the ICT and the broadband and operator, they will be part of that initiative.
Lastly to Ghanim, clearly if there's lots more capacity coming in, I think there's a new line, a new cable system which is being built and coming in, going to be ready for the UAE later this year. More capacity means lower prices. That's good for certainly smart cities which require that level of capacity, is it not?
Well, yeah, yes, for sure, because now the technology is emerging with a new offering. So the prices of the normal cells or SIM cards or whatever that you are getting now, it need to be reduced. As an example, one of the carriers here, they are offering a SIM or 2,000 SIM cards for the IoT solution. So maybe this is not the optimum solution, but for now, it's making the difference. We use it for street lighting. So that only using IoT street lighting, using an efficient, I will say, cost reduction solution using SIM cards. So the trends of the carrier also offerings and also playing a major role in running the city also with us. So we partner with them now in a BOT or a BO type to generate more as a revenue. So where we see prices also reduce for the end part for the consumer also. So
I was
that's
going to say that,
yeah.
to what extent is the consumer going to see
Exactly.
in the future lower prices of broadband, of mobile telecoms? And you mentioned in the session that actually if prices become too low, then the demand goes up and that creates a bigger challenge. But couldn't you cap certain data requirements for individuals? You could say, okay, if you go over a certain amount per month or whatever, then you have to pay more.
Yeah, actually, as mentioned to you, this technology, it is improving. Before the operator work 10G, 40G, now the 100G. So very big jump on this technology. So the operator already passed this technology to their consumer. So the consumer demand, this one one of the drive of actually, and this one good for operator and the technology producer and the supplier. So I see when there is improvement technology, the operator take this opportunity and they pass it to the consumer. So the consumer, they can enjoy more what's called efficient and more and lower the prices in this technology. So I think it is continuous chain, and it is everyone who get this benefit try to pass it to the end user.
Just one example is just we are offering a free Wi-Fi in the Silicon Oasis, and we see that we have to bundle it with other service to be a desired society in the Silicon Oasis. So that's why we see that connectivity could be also bundled with other things. So it's not just reducing the prices, also can be offered as a free service. and we can do that also based on the ROI that we look at it.
Complimentary service, like you staying in the hotel, you have free Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
So they offering the city our homes, and they will provide the internet for free.
Exactly.
Absolutely, and why not? Well, listen, thank you very much for that insight, that Middle East regional insight from Ghanim Al-Falasi and also Abdullah Samhan. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll see you later on.